Hi guys, welcome back to Living the Harden Dream. Let's have a chat, a quick chat, cause it is hot out here. It's too early in the morning for it to be this hot. But um, in one of our videos, we talked about how we were trying to become homesteaders. We own 4.5 acres of land here in the lower end of North Carolina, and we've been here 7, 8 years, and we have done in-ground gardening for each summer. We've done a garden, and we've done them in various areas of the property, but we've only had one successful garden. And I love watching Becky from Acre Homestead on YouTube. And she moved the year or two ago and planted. She done an in-ground garden system on her property, and I was so fascinated, and I wanted to try it too. I jumped on that bandwagon. I wanted to do it too. But convincing my husband to let's do it was the key feature. He was not on board. He was not interested. He was not, no, everything's got to go in the ground. But the expense of buying tillers and things to create that dream garden of his just was not in our season of life. And so this is what we came up with for this summer. It's not much. We have got a little bit of produce out of it. I wish I had footage from the beginning, but here we are. Um, I feel like it was a trial run. It was, to prove a point, it was successful. So let me show you what we have. We have had a lot of bug pressure. We planted peas and butter beans and tomatoes. Our tomatoes are doing so good. Our pepper plants they're just not growing. Here's some more peas. Here's some more tomatoes. But this is the issue with the tomatoes. So if anybody knows what we can buy for next year when we plant our garden, most of our tomatoes look like that. Now, we've got some wind damage, and I feel like I should have put like all my tomatoes in one bin, but I spread them out so they would have time to grow. See, these are tomatoes, but they look healthy. I could not put them in a tomato cage because, see, we put these plastic crates in the bottom of these bins to separate the plant. And so it's not done well. We have nothing to anchor them to. I mistakenly bought okra plants, and the fire ants got to those, so we weren't able to get any harvest off of the okra plant. See this tomato? I've been feeding them to the chickens because they're not edible for us. I used tires also, which was a huge mistake. I feel like the tire holds heat, and so like my squash and zucchini plants did not do well. This is cucumber, and some of the plants gained this white film on it, but some of them have done good. So I'm not sure. So here's a cucumber. Let me give that a little bit more time. cucumbers. See, I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm doing wrong. So if anybody in the comments knows, we can. I feel like at the end of the day, I've proved my point. We can do an above ground garden and it will be successful. Now, the thought of is where we're going to put it. Where would we put the garden of my dreams? Like I said, we have 4.5 acres, but we are limited on water. I'm not saying we're limited on space, but access is our issue. So here is a thought. So this is a grapevine that is out of control. We cut it back last year, and this is the mess we have because we did not train it. But this is my fruit area. We have the blueberry bush that you've seen in another video. We have a peach tree. We have a small apple tree that is not doing anything. But if we look at this area here, I could plant, or I could install maybe 4 raised beds in this area. And I would love to do raspberries, where I am thinking I will, because we're going to prune that blueberry bush, which is going to make it smaller. But right here next to this cherry tree, right over in this area, like right next to it, I'm thinking about doing raspberries. And right here where this debris is right here, we're going to clean that up and put a strawberry bed. But I don't feel like that's going to be enough. Like 4 raised beds, maybe I could put one right here, and that would give us 5. Maybe I could put one right here next to this tree right here. That would give us 6. Now, how do we put water? The mobile home that's here on the other side of this truck, see the tire? We could run a water line, a water source to here and put up irrigation. That's one thought. But my dream is this space here. Last year we had a garden. We had a guy come over and he cleaned this area. Well, he tilled this area for us. We ended up having to come through and try our best to get as much grass out of it as possible. I have in that area right there, I have 4 raised beds using cinder blocks. That's overgrown now. But right here in this corner is a water line, is a water source. This would be my dream, to have someone to come and clean this area up for us. Right here along the side where I'm pointing at here is a lot of dirt, just dumped dirt that needs to be removed. But I cannot sell my husband to give me this area. The little shed right here is a makeshift shed. That's our chicken coop. So anything that we do not want out of the garden, we could just feed it to the chickens. So if we would have water, our garden, chickens. But I just cannot get him to let me have this side of the property. Does anybody want a husband? Because I have one for sale. Our second year on the property, we came back on our hands and knees and we tilled this area and made our garden. When I tell you that garden was awesome. The previous owner, his son had a horse pasture back here, and so that's why the ground was already set. But this was an awesome garden, but keeping the grass out of it. My issue is grass. This grass is no joke. You cannot get rid of it. No matter what we have tried, we just cannot get rid of it. And so We're here at the back side of our property, and we have a pond right here. And so my fear for putting the garden back here again is critters. Yeah, snakes. Petrified. I am petrified of snakes. And I don't do well with a snake. So I do not want to come back this far away from my home to do the garden. And right here is the water line that I was telling you about earlier. See, we could take the water line and water the garden like we did then. I'm not sure what I want to do. I need some help. And this would be the other side for that garden. But you see, we have mounds of dirt. All this is dirt. So we would need a backhoe, something big to come help us remove this dirt out, out of our way. It's just overgrown. We didn't have time to deal with it. But I think it would be the best spot. It would be out of the way, and I would be nearer to our home to like take produce in and stuff. Okay guys, it's later on this afternoon and I need to end this video. If you guys have any tips or tricks on how to become a better gardener, please let me know. This is trial and error for us. And if you would like and subscribe to our channel, so this time next year you get to see the update to the new garden. We love you. Thank you. Be blessed.